Have you ever been on a cruise or even thought about going on a cruise? But one of the thoughts in the back of your mind is, what happens if I get sick? What happens if there's an emergency and I need to see the doctor and I'm in the middle of the freaking ocean? Well, I'm here to share with you my experience about going to the medical facility for the first time on a cruise ship. I want to share with you the details that I didn't know before going, what my insurance covered, what I really thought of the medical facility in general, and also I want to tell you what I would have done different my first time around. So stay tuned. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Emma and I'm a broad that travels. I left my corporate sales job about a year ago and have been traveling the world with my partner since. This is my channel where I share my vlogs and insights and experiences, so if you're new around here, I would love for you to subscribe and leave a comment down below about where you're excited to travel to next. So here's the interesting part. And I don't want to share the exact details of my medical situation. I was not ill. I had a skin condition thing going on where I was worried that I had an infection and I really needed antibiotics. I'd been researching and keeping up with the symptoms and tracking everything. But here's the situation that I was in and why I ended up going to the doctor as opposed to waiting. So if you're new to my channel, you might not know that I've been living on cruise ships, and we at that point had just gotten to Asia, and we were doing a month-long cruising experience through Asia. So back to back to back to back. This was week one, and I had this thing happening. So I normally, if I had something like this going on, I would just go home and get it checked out. Whatever. I didn't really have that option. I couldn't really go out into China and, with the visa and all that too, but I can't really go out in China and get this checked out. I was might as well go to the cruise ship where they speak English, but I didn't know how insurance was going to work or how much it would cost or what the process was. And so I had put it off until I was okay, this is an infection. This could be serious. I need antibiotics. So ultimately I ended up going, and I'm very glad I did. So first of all, when you go, if you have to go, there is two different routes that you can go. If it's a real emergency, you can't get out of bed, you can call and somebody will send a doctor immediately to your room. And the other route is you can go to the medical facility. And it's kind of like your normal doctor's office. I did not know that you needed to schedule an appointment. So I kind of imagine that it's like a nurse's office, like when you're in elementary school and you're like, oh, I have a tummy ache, can you help me? I don't know why in my mind I'm thinking just go down to the nurse's office and they'll fix me up. No, it wasn't like that. It was actually kind of like a normal doctor's office, and they had set hours. And I was trying to go at a time that it was not open, so I had to come back. I didn't even know that they took appointment, and it's usually appointment only, but I went right as they opened and got in, and they were like, well, we have 15 minutes, we can see you, what's going on. And so basically they were able to take me, and they went through and talked with me about what was going on with my situation, my symptoms. Basically, like any other doctor, just took my information, my stateroom. They didn't take any insurance at the time. So basically when you go, they will, the whole process is set up an appointment, go down there, they'll do a little triage, and then you'll meet with the doctor. He'll come back with prescription or whatever you need, and they will charge that to your stateroom. Then you'll get a whole bill and a whole explanation of what happened in that appointment so that you can use it to later hopefully file your insurance if you're somebody who got traveler's insurance. And I did get traveler's insurance. Yay! Okay, I was really happy about it, but also when you live on a cruise ship, you kind of need it. So anyway, that whole process was great. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect going in. But everyone was super professional, nurses, doctors. I was even uncomfortable and trying to break the tension with the joke, and the doctor was very professional, and I was like, okay, thank you. I'm just trying to make everyone comfortable while you're looking at a sensitive part of my body. But anyway, it was fine. It was great. Everyone was very professional. The facility was clean. Not a lot of people in there, so I felt like I had a lot of privacy. The doctor did check out what I had going on and was like, I'm going to give you some antibiotics and a cream, and then they wanted to give me, it was like a leave or something. And I was like, I have a leave, just, you can take that. I didn't have to get a prescription filled, they just went to the back and got it. And I was like, just keep this one. And they were like, cool. So they didn't charge me for that. But I did end up getting, like I said, an entire bill for the visit. And that was really nice because I put that into later on my traveler's insurance. I uploaded every single document, how much it cost. I took screenshots from the Royal account, how much they had charged me. I made sure that I had a copy of the balance of what was charged on my credit card, and I just uploaded all those things into my traveler's insurance, and I got refunded within like a week. So I got fully refunded, no questions asked. It was great. And I would definitely recommend, and I'm not going to like plug a specific type of insurance because I'm not sponsored by anyone, so let me just say, search traveler's insurance and probably the one I have will pop up. I think mine was less than $200, but when you have a visit at a doctor, and it's gonna cost more than that. So for me, it's worth it, especially it was like an entire year full of coverage. So that's just the first time I went. And I was actually really pleased by how streamlined the entire process was for me as an adult, which I am sometimes. I hate doing paperwork. I hate setting reminders and being like, I gotta check with the insurance, I gotta check with my refund, I gotta check with Royal and all this stuff. Like, it actually was very easy to go to the doctor. I was pleasantly surprised because it was around $200, and I'll drop the exact number because I did not research before before I made this video, so here's the exact number right here. That's how much it cost. And I was pleasantly surprised because as somebody who has previously not been insured for various life reasons, I thought it was kind of cost effective. Now, what they told me in the medical facility is that like we have a limited capacity. So if there is an emergency, they'll have to like drop you off at the closest insert land, like any place closer. So there's not like a real, I don't know, I don't want to give like severe examples, but like if you broke a bone or something, I don't think they could give you a permanent cast or take an x-ray or anything like that. But if you've ever had a medical emergency on a cruise ship and you feel comfortable sharing and you want to let people know what your experience was, please feel free to let us know. We're interested because these things do happen. Unfortunately, when you're on vacation, anytime in your life, a medical emergency can happen. So it's important to be prepared. My tips to you, if I was doing this all over again, first, know where the medical facility is. They will usually tell you on day one of the cruise when you're doing your muster station. They'll say, medical's on deck 2. Well, make sure you know which side it's on, where it's located. It'll help save you a trip, especially because on the lower decks you can't really walk across. It's usually where the crew is walking, so you have to walk across the ship on another part. So just make sure you know where it's located. Keep all of your insurance apps and things like that. Make sure you know how to sign on to your traveler's insurance to make sure that process is much easier for you later on. Keep everything itemized. Every little receipt they give you, every little bill, everything that lists what they went over in the appointment, you need to make sure you keep that. Take pictures of it. They'll give you a copy, but just make sure you take pictures of it. And other than that, make sure you make an appointment. Make sure you know the hours of the facility, because I didn't, but I got lucky. Might not happen for you, but I got lucky, and yeah, good luck. I hope this doesn't happen, but if it does, now you're prepared. Thank goodness. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys find this helpful, let me know. I make a lot of different kinds of videos, and I have a lot of knowledge about cruises. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask. I'm happy to help, and I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye.